POC Network here with another unboxing, this time coming from the company Beyerdynamic again. This is another pair of headphones. This is actually another pair of their studio reference kind of monitoring headphones. This is their DT 1990 Pro headphones. And from the box, they look pretty cool. These are for professionals that are looking to get more accurate soundstage for what they're listening to, and most likely sitting in a recording room or studio in order to achieve that width. But we're going to save that for the story. For now, we're going to pop this open. We're going to see what's inside the box, show you what the headphones look like, and of course, you go to POCnetwork.net and see what we have to say about them later once we've really given them a test. Got a little divider here, more like just an insert to keep it from moving around that has some documentation in it. Looks like maybe just some disclaimers or whatnot in multiple different languages. And then you have your user manual that's going to walk you through everything on how to use these headphones. And the headphones themselves, they come in a nice kind of semi-hard shell case with a zipper on it. It's kind of a harder foam to it. It says Beyerdynamic Professional Audio on the front. When you open them up, this is what you get. This is what it looks like inside. You have a pouch up top with a little zipper on it, kind of a leather, maybe a fake leather, and feels like it probably has Velcro. Yep, it is attached to the case itself, but it has a little Velcro here to kind of keep it from flopping out and onto the headphones as you're trying to remove them or place them back in. The pouch is more than likely going to have some cables in it. You have a pigtail cable, running through about a good 2/3 of the cable. On one side of the cable, you have the miniature XLR type cable. I believe this would be what goes into the headphones themselves. The other end, you have a 1/4 inch, which most likely, yep, screws right off, and you have a 3.5 millimeter connector underneath. So that way you can use these in either scenario. So in case you have a receiver, soundboard, and or something like a mobile device, laptop, and so forth. And then this cable is exactly the same. It's another 1/4 inch with 3.5 underneath it with a mini XLR adapter on there. This cable is pretty much the same thing, but minus the pigtail. So this is if you just want to kind of walk around with it or something. The pigtail's mostly when you're sitting at a desk, if you got this plugged into a soundboard or any kind of a mixing device, receiver or anything else. This kind of keeps the cable shorter so that you don't have all this slack running all over the place to trip on or roll over or anything like that. But at the same time, if you reach over to get to the other side of the board or get to other devices or anything like that, it can stretch and move with you, so that way you don't, catch onto anything and make your recording experience a nightmare. This is really nice. They do come with 2 extra cushions in case the cushions you have start to experience any kind of wear. But the headphones are right here. These are really nice looking headphones. They look quite fancy. You have this kind of grill design on the backs of the muffs. It says DT 1990 Pro right on the side here, right down the middle. And then underneath the grill, or within the grill, you see kind of a silver mesh that's in there. And it's on both sides. It looks like you got a combination of maybe some aluminum and plastic in its design. The muffs are pretty comfortable. It doesn't feel like it's memory foam. It's kind of regaining its shape a little too fast for that, but it does feel quite comfortable. And in terms of how they feel on the head, they're labeled right here. The right side is not labeled, but the left side is labeled on the inside of the band here. The size of the muffs are wide enough where they definitely fit well around your ears, so they're not causing any kind of overcompression around the sides or anything by squeezing on the ears or anything. They actually feel pretty comfortable. The muffs kind of feel like they could be softer. We have used some of their headphones in the past where it's just, you place them on your ears and it just kind of perfectly melds to your face and feels fantastic. This one feels like the foam is a little firmer than it could be, so maybe I could use a little softer memory foam kind of solution here. And it looks like they're pretty much both the same, so swapping these out, these really are just extras. Despite that, it is comfortable though. It does feel nice. The foam is covered by kind of a nice soft fabric. So if you're actually using these for long periods of time, let's say you're doing a all-day recording inside of a studio or something, you're giving it anywhere between 6 to 12 hours, you're not going to feel too much discomfort over time. And of course, the open back allows the sound to travel outside of the headphones, so it's not enclosed that way. And the effect that you get as you're wearing the headphones is to provide more of an open sound stage, so everything seems wider, larger to you while you're listening. So if you're trying to get an accurate kind of reference of what you're listening to, let's say you're mixing something that's an orchestra, choir, or anything like that, it'll sound more accurate, or should at least, more accurate, more realistic, like you actually are there with the choir sitting right in front of them and listening to them do their thing. Hopefully. So again, these are the DT 1990 Pro headphones from Beyerdynamic. They look fantastic. They come with everything you need. They're analog. They're wired headphones. They're not wireless or anything like that. So all you need is a cable to begin with. They give you two different types of cables to work with. You have your pigtail version and just a straight cable. You have the 1/4-inch adapter on top of the 3.5mm connectors, so that way no matter what device you need to get the audio from, you can pull it off. The connector going into the headphones is the mini XLR connector. There's a 3-letter, I believe, acronym to better explain it for professionals, but mini XLR works across the board no matter what. So go check it out at POCnetwork.net. Well, we'll talk about this later. We're going to definitely put these to the test and see what we like about them, what we don't, and hopefully mostly what we like. So again, POCnetwork.net. Go check it out. We'll probably have the review online soon. And thank you for watching. And as always, there's a subscription button below, so go ahead and click on it. And comments as well. Let us know what you think. Do you own one of these? Would you like to own one of these? Or, if you're just one of those other people who want to just randomly rant about politics, then, there is a box down there. Maybe somebody will listen. So again, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. If you want to stay on top of all the latest and greatest, or at least the gadgets we cover, remember to subscribe right here. Subscription button. Click it. You're going to want to. There's lots of videos, interviews, previews, all sorts of stuff. Button. Click it.